Greetings. Greetings, everyone. Being Brown Live. I'm so happy to be here. This is Linda Talaferro from the T, the Extra Effort. What I'm going to be talking about today is a challenge that I know most of us as Black women face on a regular basis. And it can easily become something that cripples us and really creates a major barrier regarding how we can move forward. And that is when we've experienced challenges, we've experienced mistakes, we've experienced what we believe is not being good enough, not having value, not being worthy. And we can't get on the other side and forgive ourselves for it. I mean, we become our own worst enemy. Because 9 times out of 10, I will tell you that maybe that presentation didn't go as well as you wanted it to. Or maybe you did grab the wrong data, made a quick analysis before doing more work and due diligence. And you would have, had you done more work, due diligence, you would have come up with a different recommendation. Those things could happen. All that means is that you're human. That's fundamentally what it means. And 9 times out of 10, those people that you believe are holding you accountable and believe have issue with you because of it do not. They do not. But when they see that you have held on to it, you keep bringing it up, you keep making excuses rather than learning from it, and as my title says, moving on, it's going to register in their minds. I mean, we are our own worst enemies. And a lot of that has to do with we have been told time and time again that we have to be the best. I know I've been told that. You got to be better than everybody else in the room. Because if you're not, people are not going to take you seriously. You're going to get looked over. You're going to get passed on. And that pressure alone creates an environment, creates a situation of when we just are never going to be good enough. Because bottom line, there are going to be other people that are smarter than us in the room. And that's okay, because we can learn from them. But because that is something that we grew up with, our parents did what they thought was best. And so they wanted best for us. And so they told us, hey, I learned that I wasn't good enough, that I didn't work as hard, and I didn't have the same opportunities that you have. So therefore, that's why I was at the state that I was at in my life and my career. I don't want that for you. So work hard. Work hard, Linda. You have to be better than anybody else. And what that instilled for me, which I'm sure a lot of you listening to me that can relate to, it instilled this need to be perfect, which is a paralysis type of mindset. That perfectionism thing is no one is perfect. No one is. It also is, now you've heard me talk about how your personal life is connected to your professional life. So if there's some things in our personal life that we haven't gotten on the other side of, we haven't forgiven ourselves for, that shows up in who we are every day at work. I completely can relate to every aspect of that. So in order for you to have a very solid foundation and a great place to springboard from, so you can get noticed, so that you can get your shoulder tapped, so that you can get that next level opportunity, it starts with how you view the person you see in the mirror. That's what it starts with. And if for whatever reason, whatever it is that you're looking at that person in the mirror and you can't see past whatever happened, be it that presentation, be it that wrong data gathering, be it that maybe you didn't have your gravitas tight and the situation got heated in the room and you lost it a bit, you know, whatever it is that you are holding on to when you look in the mirror, that is what's holding you back. We, as I said in the beginning, can be our own worst enemies. And it's rooted in not forgiving ourselves, which then translates to the negative self talk. Man, I did that wrong last year, or 2 months ago, I should have did something else, or so and so said this. So, oh my gosh, you know, they are the ones, they saw that mistake. They're not going to forget it. And it turns into that negative self talk syndrome that we get wrapped up in, and therefore we're paralyzed. We can't move forward. It starts with recognizing we are human. We will make mistakes. The key is to learn from them and not to repeat them. And also, it's to own them. You know, there's so much power in saying that, you know what, I was wrong, or saying that I'm not sure about that. Let me do some more research. I don't have that answer. You know, we are not going to know everything, and we will make the wrong choices at times, make the wrong decisions at times. But there's power in owning that about yourself and then circling back when you know more, when you've been able to correct it. Some of us have heard, you know, when you know better, you do better. That is the case in your corporate journey as well. It all ties together. So you show your leadership skills, you show your ability to walk in high emotional intelligence and executive presence when you can recognize that you made a mistake. You're not trying to cover it up. You're not trying to act like it didn't happen, but you're owning it. And at the same time, you correct it. And your team members, your colleagues, your peers see that and therefore see the leadership in you. But it's when you hold on to that stuff. I mean, you just are holding it with every inch of your body and you won't let it go. That the leadership that definitely is deep down inside of you does not rise up. So I would implore each and every single woman that's listening to this episode, whatever it is, I don't care whatever it is or whatever they are, because it could be multiple things that you believe have defined you, and therefore you're not good enough, or therefore someone will not see your value, or therefore you shouldn't raise your hand and ask to lead that initiative, or therefore you shouldn't speak in the room when you know you have value to add to the conversation. Whatever those things are that are causing you to do everything I just listed, I'm a visual person. I tell you what I've done. I've written them out in journals. I've written them out. I'm a spiritual person. I believe in a higher power. I've prayed about them. I even had a get together some time ago. I went on a retreat and I wrote them on a piece of paper and put them in the fire. Wrote it on a piece of paper, put it in the fire. It was an exercise at the retreat I was at. It was the best exercise ever, because as soon as I tossed it in the fire, it was gone. It was gone for me. And therefore wasn't that thing that held me back. So I implore upon you to seriously consider whatever works for you. If it's post-it notes on your mirror, if it is journaling, if you have someone that you trust in your life and it's a friend that has your best interest at heart and you want to share it with them so that you can, you know, vocalize it and then get on the other side of it. Whatever it is, whatever your mechanism is, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. And you do it this first time, You will do it again because we're human. We may make another mistake, but you will find that each mistake does not become debilitating. Each mistake does not become something that paralyzes you. Each mistake becomes something that you leverage. It's a learning process. You grow from them. And therefore, when you get that seat at the table, when you get that next level opportunity, you can show others how to do the same thing. You can show others how to do the same thing. So, whatever works for you, I implore upon you to consider do that for yourself as soon as possible. Self care, so important. Do that for yourself. Forgive yourself. See the value when you look in the mirror, and then decide you are moving forward. You know, you may have heard this before. I recently heard Tyler Perry say this: the rearview mirror is smaller than the windshield for a reason. Loved it when I heard him say that. The rearview mirror is smaller than the windshield for a reason. Sit in that for a minute. Anything that's already happened is done. It's in the past. Small rearview mirror, small impact it has on your life unless you make it big. The windshield, though, that's in your car that you can see what's coming, what's in front of you, is larger. That's what you focus on. That's what you focus on, not what's in the rearview mirror. You do that, I guarantee you that'll be a very strong foundational start for you to get to that next level. For you to get to that next level. So, carve out some time this week, whatever your exercise is. Uh, you know, I absolutely loved writing it on a paper, throwing it in the fire. I tell you, it's transformational. Try it. If you can't come up with anything else, try that. So important that we love ourselves first, that we see the value in ourselves first, that we are confident that what we see in the mirror is worth everything that we dream and desire. Okay? Until next week, take good care.